the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to a frigid edition of Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, coast to coast, coming to you from the frozen tundra of Virginia Beach. That's right. It's 23 degrees here right now, but it feels like 9 with the wind chill factor. And once again, showing that the methodology of meteorology is not an exact science. Earlier in the week, all the weather forecasters out here were saying that we were going to get about a foot of snow, 8 inches of snow, 10 inches of snow, 50-mile-an-hour winds. Well, we don't have one flake of snow falling yet here, at least in my neck of the woods. But areas south of me, like in South Carolina, where my brother-in-law and sister-in-law live, they've got snow down there. It's cold up in New York. We literally, if you look at the weather maps, we are literally sitting on the border of where the storm will rise and fall. So we are ready. We are covered up. We are warmed as we could be here in the Virginia Beach area. But thank you for making me part of your day. Thank you for sharing this time with me, as we always do every Saturday at 11 a.m. till noon Eastern. By the way, a lot of things going on we'll talk about. Thank you for watching, whether you're watching us on Facebook. Of course, you have a few options on there. Watch us on YouTube. You know the channels, Aaron's Hour Show. You've got WWDB-TV. And, of course, the missing logo, which normally is up here in the corner above my shoulder, WVBV-TV. Oh, look at that. Just right on cue. As well. And, of course, every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, you can catch us on dbtv.tv. John, how are you, sir? Come on in and say hello while I type an address in the chat box.
In other words, cover for you, right? Cover for me. I'm going in.
I'm sending you an email. If you can send a link to that email that I just sent you, Naima Ford, she is the marketing director over at TCC. I think she's going to be a last-minute fill-in for our guest,
okay,
Tidewater. So if you can send her a link, that would be great. But while you're doing that,
I could do that.
You could do that. What's happening there in Vegas?
It's daytime.
Well, it's technically morning, isn't it? You're just kind of getting your day started.
Yeah. No, nothing exciting other than the everyday normal crap that goes on here. The weather's actually not too bad here.
Okay.
We have dropped below 60. So.
Oh my gosh! Break out the woolies.
Got my long sleeves on.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. All right, you know what? Go send that link out if you would. In the meantime, why don't you put up the flyer for the boxing event, and I'll talk about that to kind of stretch.
Why don't you talk about that, and I'll go do the flyer, the email thing.
Yeah, there you go. This is what happens when you do live shows, ladies and gentlemen, is that stuff happens on the fly. So this is an event that is happening here in Virginia Beach. Is an event that we tried having 2 other times, but Mother Nature is going to continue to test us on this. Actually, we had these individuals on my show last week when we had Tim Ritter, the co-founder of the Family Fun Theater Experience here in Virginia Beach. This is Champions for Champions show that I will have the great privilege, in conjunction with Sports Inside Now Legend of Sports, Coach Chuck Hatcher, who you saw last week, but former heavyweight champions Bone Crusher Smith and Ray Mercer both will be on stage. We've canceled it twice because of Mother Nature, but as you can see there on the flyer, we have now moved it for what hopefully will be third time will be the charm. Thursday, February 19th, 6 p.m. All right. We're going to have Bone Crusher there in person. Ray Mercer will join us via video. You can go to ffxshow.org. Register for your seats. There is no admission per se. We do ask so that you purchase a meal or drinks. And as you can see on there, your ticket and your registration does include food from Moe's Barbecue and Grill. Great food, by the way. I met them at a trade show not too long ago. If you like some barbecue stuff, even though this area is known primarily for a lot of seafood for obvious reasons, there are a lot of great barbecue establishments, and Moe's has their setup inside of FFX Theater. So again, if you're in the area and want to check out something a little unique and a little different, a live show, Bone Crusher will have some of his memorabilia, his shirts. He'll be signing autographs. You can take pictures with the belt that he has. I should probably go in with my Aaron Phillips belt, maybe get him to pose in my belt. So check that out. Again, that is in conjunction with Sky4 TV, WSKY TV up in Hampton Roads. Sports Inside Now, Legends of Sports with Coach Chuck Hatcher. And that's happening on the 19th. So mark that on your calendar. And we are waiting for our fill-in guests to arrive. But in the meantime, we can always get started with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right, so Vegas Unwrapped 2.0. It's funny. I saw this story last week, and John, I want you to pop in on this one because I want to get your take on this, if you don't mind. There was a story last week that a local, Las Vegas local, went up to the Santa Fe station, which is where, when I come out and visit, is where I like to stay. So this individual he played Pai Gow poker. I don't know if you saw the story, but a local won $445,000 playing Pai Gow poker. Now, if you were to win that much money, right? Even if you won $200, if you were to win that much money, and you start jumping up and down in excitement, what would be like the first thing you would want to do after winning that kind of money, besides running to the bank?
Call an ambulance.
Right?
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
I did it. I'm the champion. Well, guess what this gentleman
Dude, you know what I would do? Seriously.
Yeah.
I would grab the money in whatever form they give it to you. Yep. I would go home. I would not leave the house for about 3 or 4 days and just sit there on my bed, throwing the money up in the air and go, woo.
Isn't it? It's like if they were, imagine if they gave you $445,000 in all in ones.
Yeah.
And you throw it all over the floor. You could do snow angels right in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, here's what this individual did. After he won, he simply went and had breakfast. He simply went and had breakfast. That was it. Cool, calm, and collected. He went into one of the restaurants, probably the cafe over there or the Starbucks, and he simply went in and had breakfast, according to witnesses. So there
I hope he left a hell of a tip.
I hope he bought for everybody in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's what I would do. All right. Now, some of you know, many of you know, this all started when I was still out there, but the home of the former Tropicana Hotel is going to become the future site of the soon-to-be athletics ballpark, of course.
Yeah.
There was an interesting article that was in the paper that I saw, John, that gives a great timeline of all the permits and the schedule and what's going to happen. So the total cost of the ballpark in this whole area, $1.2 billion with a B.
Yeah.
Okay? $1.2 billion and is expected to be completed by the end of 2030. Okay, it's a heck of a project. But you know this. You were in the construction industry for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Chief says, pay the taxes and throw the money in the air at home. That's right. There you go. That's what I would do that also. So because this is a multi-phase project, John, they're saying in the article that you submit permits for the different phases as you go along. Is that right?
Right. Okay. Well, you pull an overall permit, and then you've got plumbing, electrical, mechanical. You've got all of your inspections. You've got your steel. All your welds have to be inspected and all that stuff. But you know what? Here's my thought. Enough about this. We should bring a guest on.
Oh, our guest is in the room?
Our guest is here.
All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put the stories aside because she's filling in last minute. We've seen her on the show before. She's a dear friend. We have a lot of fun when we're together. There she is. Miss Naima Ford from Tidewater Community College. She's a big muckety-muck in the marketing and all publicity. And quite frankly, without her, I would not have, look what I got onto. I'm wearing the TCC. We're repping. We would not have this great relationship with TCC. Miss Naima, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing wonderful, Aaron. How are you?
Doing well. Now I feel better now that I have a guest on with me from TCC.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm not going to lie to you. I had to put clothes on. We made it happen. Ciera, I am happy to be here in her stead. I gave her a call, and she sounds like flu and unhappiness mixed together.
Okay,
So,
well, I'm sorry that she's not feeling
I
well.
am too. But that's the joys of working with kids. I think that's just an automatic thing you have to do when you work with kids. So that's a life decision.
It's so funny you said that, because my household over the last 2 weeks or so, I got the congestion, but not severe, but I got enough of it to feel lousy for a couple of days. But then this week, or over the last 7 days, my wife, she had it gnarly. And I told, and I commented to her, and she agreed, this is really the first time she's gotten this sick since we moved here, from when she got out of the classroom when she retired in 24. So there's, those naysayers out there, you don't get sick from kids. Nah, I'm calling BS on that.
You do. And you can build up an immune system, because I'll tell everybody, I don't have my fun background. Like, this is my real life background. You see these three.
Yes.
My immune system, from all the like wanting to have conversations, and then they just start like coughing and sneezing in your mouth as they're like mid-sentence. Like, all parents know how that goes. So I've done pretty good. But also the weather here has been like across the country. So
No, you're up in.
I'm in Hampton, so I'm in the peninsula.
Okay, so are you seeing any snow yet?
There's nothing outside right now, but I will tell you, last weekend I had snow on the ground, and I think the folks down, you guys had nothing but rain.
We had, the snow at first overnight. When I woke up, I was disappointed that I still saw some grass popping through the snow. Okay, we had a little, but then all day Sunday it rained and it was gone. Today, looking at all the weather maps, and I was sharing this in the opening segment, like, our area is like literally on the dividing line of nothing to snow. So we can get anywhere from 0 to 400 inches of snow, 2/10 of a mile of gust of winds to 2,000 miles. I mean, we're really right on the line.
Welcome to Virginia. It's going to be a blizzard, a hurricane, no snow, all the snow. You just got to be excited and ready at the same time, and then always slightly disappointed.
But I'll tell you what, it's interesting. The temperatures you can't get away from. I said at the top, it's 23 degrees with a wind chill of about 9. That is consistent. And but no snow falling where I am in Virginia Beach and Old Kempsville. You've got no snow happening now.
No snow in Hampton. And I will tell you, the cold is something. You're an East Coast guy.
Yes.
Originally.
Right.
So
but 27 years in Vegas. 27 years in Vegas, I dried out though.
Right. And so I'm a dried out girl because I'm from Colorado.
Right.
So it gets cold in Colorado, but not like this. I always said this is a bone depth cold.
Bitter.
Like, when they talk about brick, when they talk about the hawk, this is what they're talking about. And I wasn't used to this. At least the sun was shining in Colorado.
That's very true. Very true. After tomorrow, going into the early part of the week, we are due for some sunshine before our next system comes through later in the week. All right, before I forget, I'm going to segue this a little bit. Okay. John, if you could pop up the Voice of 757 logo, because this will give me a little bit of a segue. At 12:30 p.m. Eastern on local cable channel 4 Sky 4, my next episode of the Voice of 757 will be airing with my guest Craig Wynn. He is the owner of Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Services. But I bring this up because I'm filming my next 4 episodes this Tuesday, which will run through March 14th. So I'm going to give you all a little sneak peek. You can take the logo down, John. That Miss Naima is going to be one of my guests who we're going to be filming, but only if she sends me her bio as an introduction. Otherwise, you're going to be subject to whatever I choose to say to introduce you, and you know that can be dangerous.
I feel like you're going to say what you want anyway. First of all. Second of all, don't give me deadlines. The deadline was Sunday. You're going to get it on Sunday. But now that you are nice enough to call me out live, I will send it today.
See how I get
to turn something in yesterday, and it said it was due January 30th. I said, hi, I know most people have left the office, but technically it's still January 30th. Thank you. So yes, I am so excited about being on the show with you.
Well, I'm glad.
Congratulations. That's really awesome. We need a Voice of the 757.
Thank you. You know, it's taken me 20 and a half years to be an overnight sensation. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, here's what we're going to do. Chief, my buddy Chief out there in Vegas, he wants to know what we're talking about today. So what we're going to first do is we're going to go to our first commercial break, which will give Naeem a chance to settle in. Now, before I talk about what was scheduled to be talked about, Naima, are you able to address what Ciera was going to share with us a little bit?
Sure, I can address whatever you want. I was going to say, ask Keith, what does he want us to talk about?
Okay.
I'm here. Let's do it.
I know. All right, with that, we're going to step aside for our first break. Though we come back, even though Ciera is under the weather, she is the Director of Child Development Centers, Public and Professional Services, Pathway Program, whatever all those big words mean. She's involved with kids. That's the bottom line. And I know Naima knows because she knows all at TCC. Otherwise, Chris would not know where to be half his time either. Okay, I got you. All right, with that, you're watching Aaron's Hour. We'll be back with more right after that.
It's not just you're here for 2 years and you're gone. It's you have a community, you have a network.
It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've done in the past. Everybody has the same opportunity here.
The financial resources, the community aspect of it, really important for your first 2 years of college. And you get that at TCC.
You know, we take family real serious here at TCC. We're a community, hence Tidewater Community College.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous. I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
All right, welcome back. And again, Hello. I want to thank all of our sponsors for helping bring Aaron's Hour to life. Lily Arden Group, Comfort Care, Home Care, Virginia Beach, Tidewater Community College, From Here Grow Anywhere, Different Strokes, Different Strokes, Painting and Handyman Services, Sky 4, and the voice of Hall of Famer Apparel Collection, The Voice. So thank you, everybody, for chipping in and making this show possible. All right. So Ciera was going to join us and talk about the child development centers that you have and that you offer there at TCC. Yeah. We're talking about a full-fledged program, right?
Oh yeah. So what we're talking about is child care development centers. And I mean, we're very cautious of calling them child development centers because we're not talking about babysitters here. We're talking about you bringing your children and them getting the enrichment they need from folks who are also trained at the college and the centers that we provide. Child care is so important when you're talking about education. I think we forget that sometimes we don't forget at TCC, but I think folks who are attending college, they are real people. They have real lives. They have children. So for some of our folks who are attending, they don't have access to childcare, and that can completely change whether you're able to work, whether you're able to learn. And it can kind of derail your plan. But we have now three, my 3 was off screen. It's now on screen. Child care centers. We're opening the Virginia Beach Center, which we had about a decade ago.
Okay.
things change with COVID, things change with life, but we are back and excited to offer it. We will offer childcare in Virginia Beach for ages 6 weeks, which if you have ever been a parent coming off of maternity leave, finding somewhere that you trust for your newborn so that you can kind of continue to provide, continue to learn, continue to grow is so important. And the program goes up to 5 years, but it's right there on campus at the Virginia Beach Student Center, brand new upgraded facility. We got a new park. So if you're driving by the campus, you may see our cool little playground over there. So it is the third addition to what we have added in the last few years. We also have childcare at the Norfolk campus and the Portsmouth campus. So just trying to make sure our students and parents who are not students who may need childcare offerings, we do allow folks who are not students to come through. Faculty and staff can take their kids there until they're old enough to go to public school for free like mine. But the offering is there. We also offer a scholarship to make things happen. So we're really excited about the new opening.
So you kind of touched on something. So obviously it's available to students and faculty that's there on the campuses, but you also are opening it up to the public if they need as well.
Absolutely.
So what's your capacity? What's the capacity in the centers, and what's the ratio of, I'll just call them teachers to?
Yeah, I think whatever is the legal number. So you're asking to fill in here.
Okay. I figured you might know.
Yeah, well, no, I do know a lot. That's dangerous, but I think the ratio, especially probably in the newborn room, they are also hiring. We're not fully open yet. So I think when we first made this announcement, they were like, hey, can you send the link to the hiring page to someone else? Because, at TCC, we also have a childhood education program. So we're also training these folks to be in the room and at centers around Hampton Roads. So I'm sure the offering and the opportunity to become teachers at the development centers is huge. But yeah, they have spaces available. So I know there's enough teachers in there to watch your kids if that's what everybody's worried about.
So I think you kind of bridged on this because you have the instruction classes for providers. Could it be presumed that hours, I'll just say service hours, are those people being hired and put in internships or within?
Not automatically, but yeah, for our students,
right?
there is a bridge. There is a bridge and opportunities to learn some hands-on, but not an automatic bridge. Not necessarily. Our students are not always in that class or always in those centers. One of the things about TCC, and I'll kind of derail from childcare, but it encompasses that work as well. Like we are hands-on learning for our career and technical programs. So early childhood education is not something that's different. When you go in that classroom, it feels like you're in a early childhood development center. So they are learning as they go. And I think there are opportunities to learn at some of our development centers, but same thing about skilled trades. I've come on here and talk about that before. These are like welding booths that we have that folks are learning like they were on the job. So our early childhood development folks are not missing out on that opportunity.
I would think, because let's just look at the student body, the students who are attending the school, and we know that they're paying to be students.
Right.
Would it be safe to assume that the cost of the child care program for a child to be placed in there is relatively cost effective? Is it cost friendly?
It's cost friendly because we provide a scholarship. The child care access for our students, for sure.
Oh, for the students. Okay.
It's a child care access means parents in school. C campus. We like short terms and making up other words out of other words in education. So the C campus scholarship is from the U.S. Department of Education. So it allows folks to kind of apply for a scholarship for the training. So that scholarship is applied to what their children will do out of childhood development, but it all is linked into what they get also with their scholarships and funding from school. TCC affordability is like number one for us. 4 out of 5 of our students, that number used to be 3, by the way.
Okay.
4 out of 5 of our students leave college debt free. So also making sure that the wraparound services we provide, which includes childcare, is not impeding in that success. So if you're looking for food sources, TCC can find help for you. We have a single stop that allows you to work with a caseworker to kind of fill in all your needs. We have emergency funds available to our students. So we could never leave the option for childcare off of those wraparound services.
Gotcha.
We know that sometimes having to take care of your children means, am I going to do childcare or am I taking classes? But we have made sure that that happens.
John, can you bring up the flyer that we have that Ciera was kind enough to share with us if you have it available? There you go. So
look at that.
Yeah. So if you are, as you're watching this, if you're in the local area and are in a situation, whether you are a student or not, more or less, right? Because it is open to the public.
Yes.
You've got a QR code there on the screen. You've got a website, www.tcc.edu/, don't forget that / childcare. Phone number 757-822-1108 is the number. Now, as Naima said, the campus here at Virginia Beach, which is only about 3 miles down the road from me, is not open just yet. But the other two campuses have their facilities up and running, so give them a call. Or are they taking names for enrollment at Virginia Beach?
They are. So if you go to the website and you fill out the information, your name is added to that wait list. Absolutely.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah. So it's tcc.edu / childcare. And if you missed it, just go back and watch the replay, and you can scan the QR code for that as well. All right. Yeah. So
when we first started the program, it was like right after COVID, and we didn't have any kids. So those cute 2 little girls on the slide, one of those is my baby.
Oh, really? Well, keeps it in the family.
Yep. We got to make it work.
That's
Mine
right.
And Jen, who also works on our team. So we birthed 2 models.
There you go. That's all right. And now they got played that couple of 100,000 people.
I'm just saying.
So let me ask you a question. If you would, for those wondering what childcare means to TCC on campus, can you paint a picture of what a typical day would be for a child on campus, if you would, please?
I will tell you, the only reason why I probably get to know this is because I do love children. So it is very fun to take full advantage of being in a marketing position where I can go and be like, hey, let's take some photos. So I try and get in there right after nap time. The kids have snacks and lunches. There are curriculum portions depending on their age level. They are split up in ages depending on where they are. This facility in Virginia Beach is going to be a little different because, again, we're taking in newborns. I believe the facility in Norfolk and Portsmouth is 2 different ages. So not as young as newborns and toddlers, which thank God for Norfolk, because I'm gonna tell you, I'd be in there sniffing newborns. I love kids. But I say that to say, not to sound stalkerish, I won't guys. I won't be sniffing your kids. But there are like actual curriculum based portions of the day. They do have playtime. That's when I usually get in and get to film and talk to the kids and do a little playtime and take photos for new marketing material. But we have one of our students who is a veteran who went back to school. She has 2 of her girls there, and she tells me all the time about just how loved her children are, the things they're learning, and how easy it is for her to go from not only from her classes, but from her work study. She also works for the college, so that helps fill in the gaps financially for her in some spaces. And then from there, she goes on to pick up her girls, and then they leave for the day. So it's a good opportunity.
And having the kids there in the child care program, for them, it's like a work day almost for the kids, because they're there from 8 to 5 or 8. What are the hours of operation that the service is available?
Usually, so I know the, I think this one said that 9:30 to 5:30. Okay. I believe the Portsmouth one possibly, or the Norfolk one, I think they're 8:30. I can get the specific hours. I have the website open.
I'm just curious. You should, I mean, you got to be marketing the time and days.
I know.
And it's only Monday.
Prepared. Let's tell the people that I literally had to go and put clothes on to get ready for this. I don't know what time everything starts.
That's all right. But that's who she is filling in. Our original scheduled guest, Ciera Streeter, who's the director of the Child Development Centers for TCC. fell ill literally right before the show, as she had not logged in. And I called Naima because Naima is the one that put me in touch with Ciera, and Naima was kind enough to jump on and join me today so that I'm just not staring at John for 60 minutes.
It's always a pleasure. Not that there's anything wrong with staring at John.
Well, you've done it for as long as I have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was going to say, bring that face back, John.
All right, with that, we're at the bottom of the hour. Let's step aside for
and look, we have a comment from Chris Bryan. Apparently he's watching.
We do? Where is he? I don't have it. Where did he jump in there on Facebook, maybe?
Oh, no, I can't hear you.
Oh, Rick Upchurch. Rick Upchurch is in there. You talk about Colorado there, Miss Naima. Rick Upchurch, former Denver Bronco, mentioned mental health and social development for the kids. Childcare is so important to our society.
I changed nothing, but suddenly I can't hear you for some reason.
Uh-oh. All right, John, take us to break. We'll figure it out when we come back. Is your credit card debt getting you down? When that student loan payment is due, does your cable bill go unpaid? Are you ready to throw in the towel because you do not know how to financially survive? The Miliari Group is ready to educate you on how to get out from under the pile of debt and retire as a tax-free millionaire. They eliminate student and credit card debt and help families set their kids up for success. For more information, call 956-532-2349 or email williamsastria961@gmail.com or scan the QR code to meet with us. The first 100 calls will receive a free will. So, call 956-532-2349 or scan the QR code now and learn how to become the millionaire you always dreamed to be.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous.
I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
Hey, honey, what you doing?
Getting ready to watch a game.
What about fixing up the house like you promised?
What you talking about?
Just the new light in the den, the new shower in our bathroom, the new fence around the yard, the front steps.
Stop! You know, I have a better idea. You know Craig down the street? He owns a company that specializes in handyman services, but he is more than just any old handyman.
Really? Would you say different strokes for different folks?
You know I will. You know why? Because he does home repairs and he does painting and kitchen remodels and bathrooms and everything else in between.
How are his prices?
Great value for great quality. You know, I think I'll invite him over and get a free estimate for all the things that I know will make you the happiest, dear.
Call Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Service for a free estimate by calling 757-395-9999 today.
That's 757-395-9999. Above the rest, they show up and show out by making your vision come to life. All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. Can you hear me now there, Miss Naima?
I can hear you. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yes, welcome back to my own show. Thank you very much. Yeah, we had a little technical snafu with her sound on that end. So just like turning your computer on and off to reboot it, it's like just disconnect and reconnect, and it fixes it. So there you have it.
Work like magic.
Naima joins me. She is she's like the director of marketing and promotion and getting everything out there that TCC does. She is filling in literally last second for Ciera Streeter, who fell ill with all this crazy weather going on. It's no surprise that we're all not sick, but like Chief said earlier in the show, he put it out there. You know, salt water to gargle and lemon tea and all that fun stuff. So just everybody, just protect yourself with this weather. So Naima's doing an admirable job talking about the child care program that TCC offers. I said admirable. I didn't say perfect.
It's true.
Virginia Beach campus will be opening up. What's the opening date for the Virginia Beach campus to have it?
I think exactly when it opens.
Do you know when that is?
No,
we don't know. All right, just keep an eye on
there is someone who knows.
All right, and that's Ciera, and she's not available.
Yep.
So all right. just stay on top of your social media platforms, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Go to tcc.edu, tcc.edu/childcare was the
Childcare, that's it. And you can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and all the @TCCVA, all the updates about just all things TCC and when childcare opens. Because now I know that that's a question. I will make sure we get that out on the social media.
So what you can also do when you get the answers to those few oddball questions, what you can do is go to the Facebook feed of this show after the hour. Just drop all that information in the comments box so everybody has it when they go back to rewatch it. That would be tremendous.
Stay tuned.
Chief, we know you still love your flip phones, but technology still catches up with some of us. So, it's all right. Okay. So is there anything else you want to share regarding the child care program?
Not regarding childcare, but I never had a flip phone.
Never had oh my God.
Just thought I'd tell Chief since we were talking about it.
Okay, so you know what that means? That means we have an open book of agenda topics. I can go back to some of my news and notes from the top, because one thing we learned the first time you were on with me when we started this partnership with TCC about 2 years ago, you came on that first show. Everybody wanted you back because you were alive.
Just random stuff happening here.
Well, no, that's all right. Well, listen, trying to get you to return my messages is bad enough, but to get you back here on my show is another thing. But anyway,
hold on.
This you did. This you jumped right on. You saw me on your phone. You're
I saw that call. I'm working on a recipe that I saw on Instagram, and we'll see how it goes. It's supposed to be cottage cheese based donuts.
Wait a minute. Cottage cheese based that's an oxymoron if you ask me.
As a woman in my 40s, apparently I'm supposed to be getting all the protein I can get.
Oh, well, there's meat and fish for that, not necessarily cottage cheese.
I'm just saying. So
okay.
I'm trying to, they're blueberries. So we were mid-work in there, and I saw the phone, and I said, Aaron, hold on. He's supposed to be talking to Ciera. So bless her heart. I mean, she sounded disgusting.
And it's funny because when I called, it must have rung about 4 or 5 times, and I was expecting to go to voicemail at that point. So when you did answer, I hesitated because I'm like, is this really her? Is this her voicemail? I'm waiting for the beep here. But no, I'm glad you picked up. We got some stuff by the way, speaking of donuts, this is a really bad digression, but one of my sponsors over on the Voice of 757 is Peace, Love, and Little Donuts here in Virginia Beach. Yeah. So if you give me a choice between a cottage cheese donut and one of their donuts, I'm sorry, cottage cheese ain't even coming close in the conversation.
Let's be clear. If I gave myself a choice between one of their donuts and cottage cheese, like if I had an option in this,
I hear you.
To my doctor.
Well, what do doctors know? What do doctors know?
Look, she said I better get it together.
That's right. Oh, Chief. Yep, Chief is into apple fritters. That's right. Actually, so was John, if memory serves, with the fritters. John was into bear claw.
I will do bear claw. I will do the apple fritter. I'll do it glazed. I'll do the chocolate frosted. I'll do all of them. That's why I have to now stick to protein.
John, are you talking about the commercial for Peace Love? Is that what you're asking for? We can make Naima jealous. Is that what you're?
Oh dear God, John, slow torture.
That's one.
All right, so you know what? Let's
I was just going to run it for the heck of it, but I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right,
there you go, Naima. This is for you. Peace, Love, and Little Donuts originated in Pittsburgh 15 years ago. Now you can enjoy these little cake donuts right here in Virginia Beach, located at 2105 Princess Anne Road. We have over 60 different toppings to choose from in quantities of 2, 6, 12, and 36. We can take care of any catering needs, such as weddings, business meetings, or Super Bowl party. Call us at 757-301-3564 and let us know what donuts will make your event even groovier.
Was that like a soaked apple on top of it? That looked delicious. I'm sending Chris Bryant. He's in Virginia Beach. I'm going to send him before he hits Norfolk.
Well, it's like those yogurt shops where you get your thing of ice cream and then you have like the 9,000.
You can do the toppings.
You can go in and pick all your different toppings. And as a matter of fact, my Civic League on the 10th of February, they're kind enough to supply some donuts as our snacks. So, but if you behave yourself, Cricket's also coming on Tuesday. Now, I don't know if she's bringing any samples with her, but you'll have an opportunity to meet her on Tuesday, and maybe you can get some. I'll message her. Anyway. All right.
Is she in that group email? I'll message her.
No, she's not in the group email. No, not in the group email. But I'll message her. I will ask her if she'd be willing to bring some samples up to the studio.
I just need a little snack.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I'll be there from 9 to 5 recording. I need a few snacks to get me through the day.
You
So
will.
I'm doing, police officer. Oh, Rick says police officers are his best friends when he gives them donuts. So
I'll have to remember that.
there you go. All right. So do you go to Busch Gardens since you're in this area? Have you guys?
Hang on, I have to interrupt this, okay?
Go ahead, John.
Based on Rick's comment. So, right around the corner from the studio just a little bit is a Dunkin' Donut.
Correct.
So I had stopped in there one morning to pick up some donuts to take to the studio. And there's 2 cops standing at the counter.
Oh, Lord.
And so I walked up to him, tapped him on the shoulder, and I said, look, this is an opportunity that I cannot pass up. And I go out in my car, grab my camera, and get a picture of you 2 guys at the counter. And they looked at each other and they went, sure. So I ran out to the car. I got a picture of these 2 guys standing at the counter, holding up a coffee with a donut.
Cute.
Were they out of shape police officers?
No. I mean, they're about 6'11".
Yeah,
weighed about 250 pounds. I mean, they were.
That sounds horrible.
They did not look like ICE agents at all. They looked like Metro Police.
All right, send your comments to John regarding.
Send them straight to John.
Oh
Not
my
to TCC.
gosh.
Not tonight.
The comments expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the host or guest. They are definitely those of the owner of WWDB-TV Las Vegas. Actually, I heard a pretty funny joke about ICE last week, and I've been debating about wanting to share it. I can't share it on Kiwanis Connect, so I do bad dad jokes. But I might as well. I went out on a limb, so now I'm going to go to hell with John.
Here we are.
So the old saying goes, I want to try to get it right. I love my country like I love my soda, filled with lots of ice. That was the joke. See, so you can still send your comments to John on even on.
Don't send them to somebody. Don't send them
to somebody. Send them to somebody who cares. He put me in time.
John.
Before John rudely interrupted us, do you go to Busch Gardens up in Williamsburg at all?
So yes, I am not a rides girl, but the nice thing about Busch Gardens is they have a wine festival.
Mm-hmm.
So you can drink as your children are getting on the rides, and then you and your husband have to rock, paper, scissors to say who's last. But yes, I do.
Well, have you ever gone up there for their concert series?
I have not gone for the concert series.
Well, here you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because Busch Gardens up in Williamsburg unveils their 2026 concert series lineup that takes place during the park's annual Food and Wine Festival. This year's lineup includes Flo Rida on May 2nd, not Florida, Flo Rida.
Flo Rida.
Pop 2000.
Low.
Pop 2000.
Isn't that Flo Rida?
I don't know. It's not my brand of music. You know how long it took me to stop saying Florida until somebody told me it's Flo Rida? Because
Flo Rida.
Right. Well, I'm not hip. What can I tell you? Pop 2000 on May 16th.
Flo Rida makes you hip.
Hooba Stank on. I'm just going to let it go. Hooba Stank on May 30th.
I love Hooba Stank.
And Skillet on June 13th. And looking at some of these names, why don't I just come up with a group name of like Poo Poo and Dirt or something? I mean, where did they get Skillet? I mean, it's like pancakes.
I don't know what Skillet is.
I don't know. The concerts are included with all forms of park admission and are all over 60 minutes long in length for each concert. Tickets start about $9.99 a ticket, and you can go to buschgardens.com/Williamsburg/events/ Concerts. Just go to
What
Busch
was the date of the Hoobastank concert again?
Hoobastank was May 30th, which sounds like Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, that's a good concert. You know Hoobastank. Hoobastank is, and the reason is you. No. Dun, 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 dun.
There's a reason Hoobastank sings it.
Perfect person. That's Hoobastank.
There's a reason Hoobastank sings it, not Naima Ford.
Oh, you do know it's the reason. Look at you with the sneak in there. No,
Hey,
I woke up the child.
That's all right. Let her come over and say hello.
No, we were not dressed for this interview.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, never mind. Do you ever go down to Chrysler Theater to see any of the Broadway shows? Or
I do.
Well, did you know that Chrysler Hall is going to be going offline late this year into 2027 because they're doing upgrades?
I heard, but they're gonna. Aren't they doing Lion King?
Well, if they're doing it before the date they close, probably. I don't have the lineup. You started it. I don't have the lineup of shows, but I do know this. They are moving the shows for 26, 27, and 27, 28 to Harrison Opera House while Chrysler Hall undergoes renovation. Season ticket holders, if you have season tickets, they will receive more information directly from Seven Venues, which is the company that owns them and the scope and all of that stuff. You get information about that. So while the relocation plan has already been outlined, many details about the renovation itself, however, but of course, it's going to be building inside, outside. They're going to be upgrading some of the technology within the building as well. City official says the scope of the work and project schedule for Chrysler Hall has not yet been totally finalized, but it is expected to include what I mentioned as benefiting production companies and, of course, the patrons. Now, the vote to officially accept these renovations will actually be happening on the 10th of February. They were supposed to do it last week. They decided to continue it and table it, and voting will take place on the 10th. But there's two actually, but the first major.
I was going to say, I have one lined up. I will be there on the 10th to tell them. What is yours? What is the one major you're talking?
Well, they're talking about seating capacity because that's going to take a big hit for the shows that are there. Right now, Chrysler Hall can seat 2,488 individuals. Multiply that times the price of a ticket, you get the gross revenue. But the Harrison Opera House only houses 1,600, and that's a reduction of about 36% in seats. Yeah. So what do you do for the 2 years? Do you increase prices to try to make up for the 1,000 seats? Do these shows schedule additional shows to make up the revenue, but at the same time, it increases their expenses to put on these extra shows? So Susan Brownie, owner of Golden Slippers Dance Studio in Virginia Beach, she's done her annual show there for many, many years. She is actually the last scheduled show later this year at Chrysler Hall before they actually close it down. They've been there for 46 years at Chrysler Hall. The other thing what was your disadvantage that you were going to bring up?
The bathroom.
Well, I don't know the facility at the Opera House.
Oh, no. No, they'll be there, but I'm saying if they have not voted on what needs to be added to Chrysler, I just need one more.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Add more bathrooms.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, I'm going to let you
stew. And a row between so you can escape to go. If you're seated, like you have to go and hop over every single person. And then by the time you're done getting over everything, if you want like a middle seat, right? You just have to remember you're picking middle, you're going to be dancing to the bathroom. And then by the time you get to the bathroom, there's like 50 women in there.
What? Yeah, never mind. I know the answer to that question. On that note, we're going to let you stew on that for a little bit longer. I do have to step aside for my third to last break. Well, my next last break. With that, we'll be back more with Naima right after this.
Does your house need a new paint job, a bathroom remodel, or a new fence around the yard? With 40 years of experience, Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Service handles all type of work inside and out and from floor to ceiling. Different Strokes offers great value and great quality. Call Craig today and schedule your free estimate by dialing 757-395-9999. That's 757.
I won't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous.
I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
Is your credit card debt getting you down? When that student loan payment is due, does your cable bill go unpaid? Are you ready to throw in the towel because you do not know how to financially survive? The Miliari Group is ready to educate you on how to get out from under the pile of debt and retire as a tax-free millionaire. They eliminate student and credit card debt and help families set their kids up for success. For more information, call 956-532-2349 or email williamsastria961@gmail.com or scan the QR code to meet with us. The first 100 calls will receive a free will. So, call 956-532-2349 or scan the QR code now and learn how to become the millionaire you always dreamed to be. All right, welcome back. We have a few minutes left with Naima. We were talking about Chrysler Hall and them moving and shutting down for 2 years, moving over to the Harrison Opera House. The other thing that is of concern to the productions is that the wings on the sides of the stage at Chrysler Hall are huge. Lots of room for performers to move in and out, but apparently the other obstacle is the wing space on the sides are going to make production a little more difficult. One other thing I want to mention, next weekend, folks, have you ever gone to the Polar Plunge out at the waterfront? Not to participate. Let me clarify that. Not to actually go swimming, but this benefits Special Olympics.
No. Chris Bryant, I understand, goes.
Does he really? Well, I may see him out there then because I will be part of.
Are you
not to go in the water, but I've been invited by Sky 4 to be with them at their table to help talk about Sky 4, promote my show, help cover. I wish we could cover and do interviews. I may just do some stuff on my phone, but I will be out there. So if you are coming out there next weekend to the Special Olympics Polar Plunge, the plunge it's actually a 2-day event. They have all sorts of parties and stuff Friday the 6th. The events start around, I think check-in starts about 8, but 1 o'clock is the actual plunge into the freezing below 50 to might even be lower now with the weather going on.
I was going to say, with the snow and the ice, it's colder.
It's got to be colder. Plunging. You wouldn't catch me in that water with a 10-foot pole. So if you do come out there, stop by and say hi. I'll be out there for a little bit with them, helping to promote Sky 4 and some of the other things that I'm involved with out there as well. All right, John, if you could bring up the flyer again with the child care information so we could wrap this up. There you have it. So why don't you talk about that, Miss Naima, what we're looking at?
Yeah, again, we have added our third child care center in Virginia Beach to accompany the centers in Norfolk and Portsmouth. Opening soon. I will make sure to type in the dates so that as you watch this re-air multiple times, you can kind of get the information. But if you go on the link there's opportunities for scholarships for our students so that they can cut the cost of care. But your children will get overall good development in those early years, which is so vital to how they progress in kindergarten and beyond. So bring your babies to us. We'll take care of them, and we'll take care of you as you discover opportunities for additional careers, opportunities to transfer to a 4-year, just change your life and your baby's lives.
And it's open to the public. So if you know anybody in the community that is in need of childcare, whether you're a student or staff member or not, you too are eligible to participate and send your child to the daycare center, child development. I don't want to call it daycare. Child development center.
We are developing these children. Bring
That's
one, bring all. Well,
all right, let's
bring it.
Naima, I will take back everything I've said bad about you over the last 30 days.
No, you won't.
because you jumped on at the last minute to help us out today instead of
Where's
Ciera.
your wife? I need a witness.
Nope.
John doesn't count.
So, Ciera,
I swear.
Ciera, if you're watching this on replay, feel better. Next time we'll figure it out and get you on in a future episode. Naima, seriously, it's been a lot of fun having you back on.
Always fun. Thanks for having me.
We do need to do this more often because you are a lot of fun on the show to have with me up here as well. And again, everybody, John, Chief's last message was sent for you, not for me for a change. You Chrome Dome, shut up. That was to John from Chief. Loving him said. All right. I have no idea what's going to be on next week. I'll figure that out as the week progresses because I'll probably pre-record an episode so I can be out at the Polar Plunge. But if you're in the area, again, 12:30 and 30 minutes, tune on Channel 4 on Cox Cable, the voice of 757 with my special guest, Craig Wynn. He is the owner of Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Services. Great guy, knows his stuff. He's been in this community a long time, and no job too small, no job is too big, as I like to say, or actually, as his commercial says. She's on now, they're going at it. Oh, cut it out, you two in the chat room, for crying out loud.
Well, I will say this is the one thing I miss. Oh no, I can do it over here. Oh, I've missed it this whole time. There are comments on this thing. I was gonna say I want to see what Chris is saying.
No, Chris hasn't said anything. I put his name.
He just texted me.
Oh, he just texted you? I put his name in the chat room so that I could share the feed so he sees that you're on with me. What did he say? Did he say something nice?
He laughed about us birthing models.
Oh, there you go. All right. Thank you, Chief. Love you. Thank you for chiming in as always.
Bye, Chief.
Rick and everybody out there watching, thank you very much. And again, thank you for making this part of your day. Thank you to all of my sponsors. Hey, everybody, you know my message. Be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. We'll see you next time right here on Aaron's Hour, coast to coast. And at 12:30, the voice of 757. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
Is your credit card debt getting you down? When that student loan payment is due, does your cable bill go unpaid? Are you ready to throw in the towel because you do not know how to financially survive? The Miliari Group is ready to educate you on how to get out from under the pile of debt and retire as a tax-free millionaire. They eliminate student and credit card debt and help families set their kids up for success. For more information, call 956-532-2349 or email williamsastria961@gmail.com or scan the QR code to meet with us. The first 100 calls will receive a free will. So, call 956-532-2349 or scan the QR code now and learn how to become the millionaire you always dreamed to be.